My husband cheated, so I told everyone. He has nothing right now and definitely doesn't care. I'm 7 months pregnant now, but when I was 5 months, I found out he was cheating while I was in the hospital with pneumonia. He is adopted but knows his biological family. I told his adopted family, biological family, my friends, his friends, etc. A lot came out when I found out. I found out he cheated on every girlfriend he's had. I'm now friends with his exes, who he lied to about everything as well. He told me he wasn't in contact with them and they found out about me when his mom died and I was in her obituary because, shocker, she's my mother-in-law. He says I ruined his life and I want to. He's hiding like a coward. He won't answer messages from anyone. He tried telling my mother that he spoke to an attorney, and I made him feel guilty for not being happy when he mentioned it. Never happened. In fact, when I asked if he was cheating, he swore on his mother's grave he wasn't. It was obviously a lie. There's so much to this story, but I just don't understand how some people can do this. He wanted his perfect wife and kids, and his little girlfriend on the side. He was never going to leave me, and now he's not responding to my divorce attorney. I want him out of my life since he was so unhappy. But suddenly he's too busy for the divorce he claims he wants. Or it started claiming when I kicked him out of the house. When I told him to leave because he was cheating, he told me he's been unhappy a long time and spoke to a lawyer a month ago but didn't know how to tell me. So he cheated and lied to hide it for weeks. He wanted the baby I'm pregnant with. I didn't want another for 2 more years. But now that we're not together, he says it's my choice and I can have full custody. He's mad at me because his affair partner was also cheating on her boyfriend, and I told said boyfriend. Apparently because I did that, my husband doesn't have to apologize for what he did to me because I'm trying to ruin his and his new girlfriend's life. He said he's not sorry, he doesn't regret it, and he's accepted what he's done, and I need to get over it. But he can't even say the words, I cheated. Just, you don't know my side, and I've accepted what I've done. I want him to suffer like I am. And he has no one. But I know he doesn't care because he's twisted it in his mind so that he's justified because I told everyone what he did so clearly. I'm the bad guy. If he had a side, he would tell his whole family so that they wouldn't hate him, but instead he blocks their numbers. He knows he can't lie to anyone who can ask me because I have all the proof and anything he says I can disprove, so he says nothing. Yet insists he's not in the wrong. I really know how to pick them. Now I'm a single mom of 2.
More info from the comments.
He's a effing child. You're better off. I would have told everyone too.
I felt like if I didn't then it would give him a chance to convince me that it was my fault somehow. Now I even have his family at my back telling me to not ever take him back, and that honestly is a big help to keeping me from breaking down and trying to fix him so my family can be whole. His brother logged into his Facebook and made a post about what he did, so he deleted his Facebook the next morning. When we got together I told him cheating was my hard line. No forgiveness. He said he understands because he's been cheated on, a lie. Little did I know he had a girlfriend when we got together. I still don't understand how he thought that was okay somehow. Based on new evidence, I believe the affair partner knew about me, and they had some sort of, we both have partners so we both have something to lose agreement. But when I first messaged her, after she stopped ignoring me the first 2 days, she said, he says that he's divorcing you and the baby isn't his. Date: 7 months later. This is kind of a small update, but I was excited and remembered this account, so I wanted to say that you don't have to be healed for things to be better. Good things can still happen even if you're sad. Thus far I have gotten a pay raise at work, and come the new year, I'll be promoted and take over my own store with another pay raise. I've been going out more and enjoying myself. I have concert tickets and hockey tickets that I'm very excited about. I had my son in October, and in January I started eating healthier and I've lost 20 pounds so far. I'm seeing someone sort of, we are exclusive by accident. Just kind of stop seeing others in favor of each other but not official, and he makes me smile. I went to the dealership we got our cars from and found out that my ex has been telling people that I cheated and was abusive. They gave me a free oil change because they felt so bad when I broke down. I proved that was a lie and talked to them for a while. I knew he would do that, but it's nice to have proof. and it's exactly why I kept everything I had. As for my husband, the judge officially signed the divorce decree in January. I've been no contact with him since June 2022, so I wasn't getting a lot of updates there until the now ex-affair partner messaged me. I knew that his car had a repo order on it and that he was struggling dating, but that he had found someone. He has his whole family blocked. But on Thanksgiving she messaged me that she had left him and she was sorry. I didn't message her back until this month because I just wasn't ready. But I did and found out that he's been fired from 3 jobs since I left him. And now he doesn't have her either. I do think he's seeing someone, and I think I figured out who. But I don't want to be involved even though I want to warn her. I'm torn, but I decided to let him do as he does because I don't want to give him a reason to reach out. He has reached out to my mother once because he was posted in a toxic men Facebook group with a warning for other girls and decided it was me. Even then, he didn't even ask how our son was. He has never met him or seen him or asked about him. My in-laws are still my family, and my grandmother-in-law calls every week to talk to me. My aunt and sister-in-law are coming to my oldest son's birthday so he can see his cousins on that side and they can see me. So, in all, I'm doing good and he is not. But I am not official with the guy I'm seeing for a couple of reasons. I am still paranoid, anxious, and stressed. I don't fully trust my instincts. I am aware of all of that. Better things are still happening and I am sure it will get better. I am excited to one day be fully healed and living a good life. I don't know how long that will take, but that's okay. The only thing besides all that is that he has yet to pay child support or any of the money he was ordered to pay in the divorce, so we will have to go back to court to enforce that. Who knows what hell that will bring. Edit. Thank you for the award. I feel the love and support from the comments, and I appreciate every single one of you. I can only hope that if someone who is struggling to leave a situation like mine reads this, they find that strength and respect for themselves to go. Never stay with someone who hurts you. It's not worth it.
Small update. This is tremendous. You're free of him and tracking upwards. Well done you.
Thank you. I felt it was small because I only did what I said I would. But I'll admit the amount of joy I felt when the judge signed is comparable to very little. And I'm doing good, if a little strung out emotionally. Soon to be updated. 6 months later. Hello everyone. I saw my post on a couple different social platforms. I wanted to address that first. Most importantly, to the people whom found hope in my posts, I wish you the best lives. I don't know you, but I love you and I hope everything works out. Next, to those that have been in similar situations. I am so sorry. I hope you get / have what you need, whatever it is, revenge, peace, etc. Moving on. Those that pointed out revenge is toxic and draining. For you maybe. Someone said that my ex was an empty piñata, but I can still break it open, and to that I say, yes, and I will. Yelling at my ex for all the pain he caused me actually made me feel better. I have to live with that pain for the literal rest of my life. It never goes away, you learn to live with it and you learn how to be happy in spite of it. Now I would like to address some of the comments I've seen on reposts. Specifically, some of the "Bo are you" ones. Some asked how I have time / money for the things I do while also working and having kids. The answer is actually quite simple. I was paying for a majority of my ex's bills. Once he was gone, I had that money back. As for time, I really do have an amazing support system, and I think people forget this is my life and months have passed. I was doing 1 concert a month and family watched my kids. They come with me to anything kid-friendly. Hockey games, shopping trips with friends, dinners. Job is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 5 days a week. I actually laughed so loudly at people questioning our car dealership. That was hilarious and also valid. You're right, it sounds fake. I simplified the interaction for the post. Basically, my ex likes to hang out at the dealership. When we got together, he introduced me to the people there. I had to go in to see if I could refinance my car. Ex is a co-signer. Plus I needed them to check my car for something, can't remember now. And they were looking at me odd and behaving rather rude / cold. Put 2 and 2 together and I confronted them, asking if X had been by and what had he said. They told the truth, maybe that was unprofessional. Corrected it. I cried because I'm also a co-signer on his car and found out that I couldn't refinance because my credit dropped 200 points because he decided to stop paying for his car. At the end of the appointment, they told me I'd needed an oil change too, and they had just done it because I seemed like I needed a break. Honestly, it was sweet. Being a single mother is hard. I understand many have trouble giving birth and with pregnancy itself and recovery. That is not my experience. With my second, my ex's baby, I pushed for 10 minutes with 0 tears and literally felt fine after. First baby I pushed an hour with no tears also. I mention this because it seemed impossible to some that I could do things and also be a newborn mom. I was fine, plus I stayed home for 3 months to bond. I don't really mention either of my kids in these posts because the posts weren't about them, and honestly, I didn't want to tell a bunch of strangers about what I do with my kids. You don't really need to know about library trips or farm trips or how my baby hits milestones early, etc. Work. The raise I got was company-wide. The promotion is because my current boss is retiring, so I'm taking his place and someone will be hired to fill my spot. Just worked out well. My relationship. I saw people dumping on me in all ways for that one. Please understand we aren't dating. It's sex, with an unexpected friendship of sorts. And exclusive only because we stopped seeing other people. We didn't really talk about it. I'm fully aware that being in a relationship is not for me. I don't even know if I want a real one with this guy, and we've technically been sleeping together for a year now. Please don't talk about how I'm not ready for a relationship or how I spoke about it more than my kids. I'm not in one, and I didn't choose a relationship over kids. I just didn't want to talk about the kids. I posted a bunch of screenshots because the one thing I can't stand is even indirectly being called a liar. This is real. Some parts are simplified, but it really hurts, and I would be way too embarrassed to make something up when I don't have to. Thank you. Finally, I will have another smaller update in early November and a much larger one after that, once court is really in session. Baby turns 1 in late October, and that is when I will be suing, and I will update/vent about it. It makes me feel better to write out my thoughts, feelings, and situations and send them into the void anonymously. Sure, someone close to me could easily recognize this story, but it's all true and I didn't do anything wrong, so I am not really worried about it. PS to the person who said I should get into writing. Thank you. I was a Wattpad girly in the day, so I actually did, at one point. Thought that was funny. Also, Starbellbabibina in the comments, you said that you wished this was real. I felt like maybe you needed some hope in your life, and that is the main reason I wrote this. I posted the screenshots because you seem sweet, and if you need this story to be real so you can see that sometimes we can succeed in spite, not despite, but in spite, of the pain we are going through. I've got you because my life is about as real as it gets. As for Seekumquat, if you need someone to talk to, Demi. I know I seem well-adjusted and confident here, but this is hard. I don't want to focus on the bad with these posts because I find that unhelpful for my healing. I talk through the bad with friends. I'm still very much affected, and if you need someone to talk to that's been through and is going through it, let me know. Thank you for listening to this story. Let me know in the comments if you agree with the community. What would you have done in that situation? And for those who stayed to the end, thank you. If you like this type of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon.